is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Hollywood Holguin. We are doing a Raw review, and my boys, what was this Monday Night Raw? Honestly, what the hell was this Monday Night Raw? It was an absolute, let me pause this real quick. It was an absolute freaking clusterfuck, my boys. There was so much going on this Monday Night Raw. Like, if you wanted a little bit of everything, that's what this Raw was. You had title changes, you had debuts, you had a PG-13 segment, you had everything. Like, this show was absolutely insane. You had a triple threat match, you had an introduction of a new tag team titles for the women. This show was off the chains, and I gotta give WWE the credit. They literally tried everything that they could try to make this show like at least decent. And I gotta be honest with you, I didn't hate it. I hate certain parts of it. I hated certain segments, but all in all, it's been a better Raw. It was a billion times better than last week's Monday Night Raw, hands freaking down. Obviously, it started with the whole Braun Strowman temper tantrum. He flips over the car, gets taken out of the Brock Lesnar match at the Royal Rumble. Obviously, that's because of injuries. His elbow still isn't healed, and he isn't cleared to wrestle, so they found a way to take him out of the match. I don't know what that payoff is going to be. I hope we don't get like a Braun Strowman versus Vince McMahon match in the future, because that is just going to be absolutely unfair. But yeah, we're not going to get that match, which I felt like I did a reaction to that, by the way. If you have not seen that video, go check that out. It's already up on our channel. But I do think that Braun and Brock Lesnar, to me, was the weakest match on the Royal Rumble card. So I am happy that that match is taken out completely, and it does give somebody else an opportunity to step up and face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. We'll get to that more often. We're going to go segment by segment, or at least try to. Then we got this pretty decent tag team match. I did like seeing Sasha and Ronda tag together, and I think that match is going to be absolutely fantastic at the Royal Rumble. I'm very excited for Sasha to finally get a shot against Ronda Rousey. That match is going to be fantastic. These are two great workers, and I really do expect them to put on a great match. As for Nia, I'm over it. They gotta stop trying to force Nia and the whole her and tag team match. It just, like, the Nia thing isn't working, and I'm kind of shook and I'm kind of scared that Nia might win the tag team belts when those tag team match does happen, which we'll get to that when we get to that segment. So we see Ronda and Sasha tag team. We see a little bit more of their rivalry growing towards the end of that match, and after that match when Sasha picked up the pinfall, winning the match for that tag team. I did dig that. And then unfortunately, my boys, I look, no offense, I love Lucha Libre, but the Lucha House Party has got to come to an end. And the fact that, and this is one of the things I hated about this Monday Night Raw, the fact that we got a Lucha Party and then we had to put the Revival back into this. Like, we haven't seen this on TV 20 freaking times. Like, come on, like, the Revival. If there was a tag team that I wish could leave and go to All Elite Wrestling, it is definitely 110% the Revival. They definitely deserve to be like a tag team that is treated better. FTR, either way, F the Revival or Forever the Revival, whatever you want to know, but they deserve to get more respect, not to be in these terrible Lucha House Party rules. Thankfully, they won, but the other thing that pissed me off about this match, my boys, is during this match, they have a freaking segment with some other freaking jobbers, and this is the way that they decide that they're going to have EC3 debut during this segment, during a match with a bunch of other jobbers. There is such a better way to debut EC3. What I had hoped for was EC3 would debut at the Royal Rumble, eliminate John Cena, and plant the seeds for a John Cena versus EC3 match at the Royal Rumble. Unfortunately, I'm really scared for him to be debuting on a segment like that with a bunch of other guys that they don't even care about, that they just throw in there to fill in a 3-hour Monday Night Raw. It was really infuriating to see EC3 debut in that manner. But another debut happened today. A lot of debuts actually happened. A lot of NXT talents have been called up. And the one that I marked out the most, my boy, Nikki Cross, teaming up with Bayley and Natalya to take on the Riot Squad. My boys, Nikki Cross is going to be a freaking star. If they book her correctly, Nikki Cross is going to be absolutely amazing. She just has so much freaking energy, my dude. I mean, like, I really want her on SmackDown, though. I really think she needs to be on SmackDown. They're kind of being, like, cryptic about that. They were saying they don't know which brand she is yet. I think they just wanted the pop. I really thought they were going to go with Lacey Evans at some point, which she did debut as well. And another weird segment that had Finn Balor walking out, and she was in the corner talking to some people. So it wasn't that big of a segment either. They're, like, planting the seeds. But Nikki's already debuted on the main roster. Don't forget, she had that amazing match with Becky on SmackDown Live a couple of months ago when Becky was the champion. So I did really dig Nikki Cross doing very well in her like debut on Raw, and I gotta give it to the Riot Squad. They were really selling a couple of these Nikki Cross moves. So I loved the Nikki Cross debut, hated the EC3 debut, and didn't really like the Lacey Evans debut. But it just like it's just infuriating to see EC3 debut in a segment like that. This dude is so much better than that. You gotta get these guys off and these women off like with a bang, you know? And I think Nikki was off to a great start, debuting in an actual match. That's something EC3 needs to do. I really would have held out on some of these talents for the Royal Rumble. If you're not gonna use them, don't even show them. There's no freaking point. And that just goes back to terrible writing from WWE Creative. Then after that, we get an awesome segment with Vince McMahon, John Cena, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, and like always, Baron freaking Corbin, which I have no idea why he was even included into this. But I gotta give it a try. Everybody looked awesome. John Cena is the king of promos. Dropped an absolutely fantastic freaking promo with Vince McMahon. Brought back that ruthless aggression from back in the days when he first debuted against Kurt Angle. Totally marked out about that. I love Drew McIntyre on the mic. He sounded awesome as well. Finn Balor, though, was dropping and sipping on some tea, my dudes, when he was telling Vince McMahon that Vince has never believed in Finn Balor. And it really did feel at that moment that they were planting the seeds for the whole underdog storyline for Finn Balor. And as soon as they said that Finn was going to go against Jinder Mahal, and if Jinder won, Finn was replaced, it really did seem like, yeah, they're putting every obstacle in front of Finn. And you could tell, as predictable as it was, that Finn was going to win tonight and become the new #1 contender, but we'll get to that eventually. And then another big one, my dear, Bobby Lashley winning the Intercontinental title. I saw a lot of people were upset about that. Honestly, I'm not really mad about Bobby winning the freaking IC title. I'm really not. I think I love him and Leo Rush. Leo Rush has ended up becoming a really great manager with some really great mic work. My issue with this whole thing is that they have totally, absolutely, completely butchered the Dean Ambrose-Seth Rollins rivalry. They made a knee-jerk reaction, it seems like, because people just hated their match at TLC. The crowd completely turned on that match. There was boring chants, and it really does seem that Vince McMahon and Creative has totally abandoned ship when it comes to Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. The rivalry has gone to complete shit, and it's very unfortunate. And it's nothing to do with Dean or Seth. I think the beginning of the rivalry was well. I think Dean and Seth had creative control. And I think, like always, Vince had to get his greedy hands all over the story writing, and this is what we get. Now Bobby Lashley is the IC champion, which like I said, I don't hate it. I know a lot of people were against it. I know people don't like Bobby Lashley. I think he has zero charisma, but he is still a talented wrestler. He can still put on some big spots. I think he does deserve to get a title, and I think they're just trying anything with Bobby Lashley. Let's be honest, Bobby Lashley hasn't really paid off for this company since they signed him. You know what I mean? It's been one misstep after the other. He came in here, nobody cared. They gave him Leo Rush, added a little bit of excitement, but it wasn't all there. So now he gets the IC belt. But my problem is that they worked so hard to bring so much prestige to that Intercontinental title. You see it go from Seth to Dean to Bobby in a span of a month. Now we're just playing hot potato with the title, and that's when the title becomes a joke again. And we don't want to see that. We've seen The Miz work so hard to bring so much prestige to that IC belt. It would be unfortunate that to see this belt just go to waste just because Creative doesn't know how to finish or write a good rivalry anymore, and Seth and Dean are just continuing to become irrelevant. And that's the problem. I really had high hopes for Dean Ambrose turning heel in this rivalry, and it's starting to see that it just doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't have any significance whatsoever moving forward or going backwards. Like, there's nothing. It just feels like it's a dead rivalry at this point, and that's super unfortunate, and it's annoying. And like, that's what I said, this show was so frustrating. It had its moments of amazingness when you have, like, and the match was great, by the way. I really did enjoy the triple threat match. It's just the outcome and the payoffs, and that's something WWE really needs to work on. Is their payoffs? What is the end game? Shout out to Avengers. What is the end game in all these rivalries and matches and things that you create? Because they create so many moments and segments. They just never end in a way that's satisfying. They just rush things completely. So it was one thing I don't like the rivalry, and I hate it completely, But I don't hate Bobby Lashley winning the IC belt. I think the dude's talented. I think him and Leo Rush are a great team. And I'm excited to see moving forward what they do with this. But to me, moving forward, I just do not give a rat's ass about Dean versus Seth Rollins. And that's not their fault. I cared so much about this rivalry from the get-go. And I did so many reactions to it. Now moving forward, I just don't give a damn. And that's very, very much unfortunate. We got Alexa Bliss, a PG-13 Alexa Bliss segment where she's almost topless. I saw a lot of fans hate that. It was very PG-13, very, very much Attitude Era. My problem with it is you can't have that segment and then right after have her introduce the first ever women's tag team titles. And let me tell you something, my boys. These tag team titles are absolutely beautiful. Love the design. Love the way they look. They look absolutely great. I'm a fan of them. I dig them. Great job to them for making these beautiful titles. And these titles were going to be crowned in an Elimination Chamber match in 5 weeks between tag teams, women's tag teams from SmackDown Live and Raw. So it's both brands coming together to crown one women's tag team. I dig that. I dig that they're mixing both women's brands together. I think they should do that more often because they're missing out on some quality matches by separating the women's division. The women's division should just be all together and honestly in one brand because they're that talented. They have so many talents that we're missing on so many key matches by separating them. So I really do dig that the tag team division, the women's tag team division, both brands will be together. The titles were absolutely amazing. The segment was weird. You had Paul Heyman, you had another NXT tag team debuting. It was funny. Otis is amazing. Otis is hilarious. If you have not seen Otis on NXT, go look him up. Dude is hilarious. I can't wait for the tag team, for them to debut. The freaking name escapes my mind and it shouldn't. I know Otis though, because Otis is hilarious. You guys let me know about the tag team in the comment section. I can't believe I forgot. But and then you get the Fatal 4-Way, which was absolutely amazing. This whole night, it seems like they are building up to Finn Balor being the underdog, and it works out the way it was supposed to work out. Finn Balor picks up the dub. The Fatal 4-Way was awesome. It was good to see John in the match again, seeing him against Drew McIntyre. It does look like they are planting the seeds of a Drew McIntyre versus John Cena match at WrestleMania, which I am all for, by the way. I think that would be a great rivalry and a great WrestleMania match because Drew McIntyre is very, very good, and so is John Cena. John Cena is so underrated at this point, dude. His promos every time continue to sell. But Finn Balor picks up the dub, my boys, and let me tell you right now, I better see Demon Finn. Like, I better see the Demon at Royal Rumble. If you're going to go against the Beast, we need to see the Beast versus the Demon. That's the only way. We have not seen that character in so freaking long. The only way to do it is at the Royal Rumble for the Universal title against Brock Lesnar. And let me tell you, I am 1,000% more interested in Finn versus Brock than Braun versus Brock. Finn could work, my boys. If Brock lets him work, like he let AJ, like he let Daniel Bryan, they could put on a very good quality match. And this Royal Rumble card is looking absolutely stacked. I am actually genuinely excited for this Royal Rumble. As for this Raw, it was a solid like 6.5, I would say. It was a solid 6.5. It could have been better, obviously. Some of the segments didn't land. I'm annoyed about the EC3 thing. The Braun Strowman thing I can care less about. I love the Nikki Cross stuff. I love the triple threat match. I love the Fatal 4-Way. I love the new tag team titles. There's things I loved about it. Usually, I just can't stand Raw top to bottom. But I give it a 6.5. You guys let me know down below in the comment section what is your review for Monday Night Raw. Comment down below. And if you like this video, slap the thumb, subscribe, and join the quick quick. Let me know down below, do you guys want more Raw reviews after Raw and SmackDown Live reviews? Because if you do, I'll try to make this a weekly thing. I've only done like 2 of them, and WWE is just being so petty lately, copywriting like every single one of the videos I've been doing. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the Hollywood Holguin name and they're just mad about it. I don't know. Hopefully they don't do it with this video. My boys, if you like this video, slap the thumb, subscribe, and join the Hollywood Quick tomorrow morning Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, my boys. We're doing that early tomorrow morning, so I will see you guys then. You guys enjoy your night too. So